Right, tichikuchingamidzai mhuri yeZimbabwe pano pajera media pachivhitivhiti chisina ma-side effects. Apo patinokupai ma-news updates ezvinhu zvikuitika munyika yeZimbabwe. Kana uri munyowani mudikani aiwa waitira zvakanaka nekusangana nepeji redu, chatokumbira chingoti usubscribe nekutena on that notification bell. I know a lot of people munoziziva kuti panapa kana muchiona video ngatilike sekuona kwamuri kuita video rinori kungobayo panika like katambu kakadai ako kanoita kuti zvinhu zvedu zviendeke tirambe chikupaiwo now each and every day. Muri yeZimbabwe ndine 2 ma-news, in fact ndine 1 nhasi, ndajara kuti ndine 2 ma-news update, asi nhasi nguva ino ndine 1 news update yandakakubatirai. News update iyi iaudio iri kutendera mastreets yaTemba Mliswa apo paari kunyomba kana kuti paari kuataka vice president Guveya Chiwenga. So ari kutota anga achiexpose a lot of information achitry kuwapenda black zvaita kuti veruzhinji it nowadays vanhu veruzhinji vakadevelopa love pana vice president Chiwenga. So the whole comment section yanga achiti Temba Mliswa miswa. So adoti mimi munzwe maaudio aya achinyomba kwaanga achita vice president mumadza munofunge chii in the comment section pa zvanga achitaura izvi zvingava nechokwadi mukati here kana kuti kungonyombana badzi. Watch this video.
Zimra are empowered in terms of the act to do a lifestyle audit. And in doing a lifestyle audit, we also have to target the powers be. When I talk about the powers be, I talk about the vice president himself too. It's not a secret, so that he knows that I care for him. A lot was said when there was information which was in the media on the properties he had. People said, but he was an army commander. He was CDF. How much was he being paid to be able to afford all that? Or what businesses did he run which generated profit to be able to do that? The onus is also on him to stand tall and say, I'm able to declare my assets, and in declaring my assets, this is how it was like. It's incumbent on every leader to do that. Because the leadership, again, including himself, is also accused of being corrupt. The leadership, including himself, is also accused of being corrupt. So how does he exonerate himself from that? As a champion for corruption, we are looking for champions to fight corruption. We see him as a champion to fight corruption, but you cannot be a champion to fight corruption if you yourself, okay, are not clean. I have in the longest spoken about corruption without being listened to. And my only gripe is that, is the vice president himself clean? That's my point. Because there are many issues that we went through, from the diamonds, 15 billion missing, the defense was involved. They did not account for them. Do you understand? There are issues within the party which have long been there. There are issues with the Chinese which are there as well. Is he clean himself? If you look at his asset register, per divorce, my ex-wife, wow, how did he acquire all those assets? How much is an army commander paid? How much is CDF paid to acquire all those assets? If he truly wants to be a leader to be reckoned with and not to be seen to be personal, the Chinese themselves, how much have they gotten through kuenda kuakuru kwema offices au wachisapota wasinga support isusu? That has been happening for a long time. They choose a foreign investor to a local investor. They are equally part of it. So you are expected as a leader to declare your assets. Declaring your assets kuti izvo ndinazo, ndakaiona salary yangu, kana ndakaona loan kubva ku bank, and so kana ndine company iri kugona kuita basa, iri kuunza ma profits, ndiko kwandiri kutenga. He is able to do that because he has to do that, because equally the properties that he exposed, okay, on their divorce, clearly there is no salary army commander can CDF. If he's a great farmer, let us look at how much he generates per year to be able to buy those things. Source of income is critical. So it remains my position, and it will not change. And I've always said it has to be done holistically, not piecemeal. Na kuti kuna politics dhiripo, kuti rukuchika kuti umwe munhu achapinda ane mari more than you, but yeye munhu futi anonzi akakupawo mari futi aikubetserawo. Nekuti, the politics is hot, now you want to go for them. But again, the onus is for you to prove that they're being corrupt. He sits in cabinet. Muno decide what Madiri say. Why does he not block them? He sits in cabinet. Why does he block those deals? After they've benefited, after they're not getting what they used to get, they now want to fight. So my position has never changed. The head of state is responsible for the running of the country. So if things are not going well, even through his ministers who are incompetent, it ends up with him again, because he appointed those ministers. So my position has not changed, and I'm not a hypocrite. I'll never be a hypocrite. The head of state is responsible for government, for parliament, and the judiciary. Ndo baba wenyika. Saka kana pane zvinhu zvakanganiswa nemwana mumuri. Zvinonzi baba vacho ndo vanoziva. And vanofana kupindura. So that does not mean it's the office of the president that I talk about, which equally must be able to ensure that if you look at OPC is responsible for implementation, monitoring, and evaluation. Unless Panama departments are kurara, it ends up getting kunemkuru baba vanonzi imimi ndimi muri kutikanganisa nekuti zvinhu zviri kuitika imimi mune office yacho. So let that be understood. That's the narrative that I'm trying to give, nothing else. And I continue to say everything that happens in this country, okay, the president is responsible because he is the head of state. Ndio baba. At the same time, Chiwenga ndi baba munini, ndi baba ofuti, andizo vari baba munini. Saka iwo ofuti most of dzinoenda ofuti kwavari na vamhadhi. You see, tozoenda kuma ministers futi, they're all responsible for all that. But ultimately, the pyramid is very clear to who's at the top. So I don't know why people think that I can vacillate. I don't vacillate. I hold people responsible and they must be accountable. And for the president, I've done that several times. He's never had an issue with it. Okay? What the vice president did in the Politburo is wrong. He was supposed to call institutions, probe corruption, straight, not kuzunza mu PB and so forth. It was not personal, wanting to expose the party, okay, and so forth. Yet he's got the powers to call ZRP and ZAC to arrest these people or to start investigating. Because the other issue, he was also supposed to bring documents which have been investigated, and now people must be arrested. Because you cannot say people must be arrested before there's an investigation. You investigate to arrest. But Politburo, I see he wanted to go political and gain the favor from the people. Kuti he's a no-nonsense person ku corruption. Aiwa kana uri muzanu pia uri mu presidium maunogara zvakawanda zvichiitika ma-elections munosponsor nevanhu ma-Chinese atora zvinhu munomu 7.1 trillion manize iri koko. Are you with me? Hapana chavanotaura, and then unotaura ma-billions mashoma aya ari kuitwa maybe in a proper way nevana venyika, but machina vasiri vana venyika munova protect, vari kurova vanhu vedu, vari kuabuse vanhu vedu, and so forth. Ndio leadership yo yatisingade manje yekuti isusu we become second class citizens. What is the vice president doing about what the Chinese are doing? Why did he not bring it up in the Politburo? Masaisa etikuzoona my Chinese nekuti iwo vanodya nemachina, vanodya nemachina, vanoda kuzosupportwa kana vada zvigaro nemachina, but not knowing kuti they are actually discrediting themselves, because ultimately Zimbabweans must own this country. I'd want to see Zimbabweans benefiting, and this is one thing that ED has done, whether you like it or not. He's given an opportunity to Zimbabweans to make money. Okay? The vice president protects the Chinese. It's well known. So how important is the Chinese? Vakarwira nyika ino ima-China ere, general. Vakarwira nyika ino ima-China ere. Sevasi kutaura nyaya dzema-China dzatiri kuona vachibaya vanhu nemapanga, vachitora zvinhu, vachishudha vanhu, vakaenda kuma courts, iwo vopindira vakuru vacho kuti variliswe. Hapasi nazvo. pasi nazvo ende handimbofi ndakanyarara kutaura ende hapana wandinotya at all. At all. Are you with me? Uniform dzinopfekwa nevanhu, mapurisa, masoja, air force, prisons, even CIO, kushandira nyika, not kuzvishandira iwewe, kushandira nyika. They must understand that, and we will remind them, because the moment you start using those uniforms for your own personal gain, you are abusing office. And kune charges acho. One day charges acho wakagara wabuda mu office. I'm always warning people to be careful. Okay, nema uniform I'm not fake. You take oath to stand for the people, to represent the people. Is that what is happening? Kana kuti wakuru wacho ma uniform ndo wakutora mamainzi evanhu ndo wakutumira mapurisa kushandisa mapurisa kuti vaende kuno protect my interests instead of protecting the interests of the country. This country is spiritual. I've always said it. And we speak because it's not tumao kuti netitaure ne zvinenge zvatitumao and zvichiti protectao, so atitye mwari ariko vadzimedu variko aizvo atitye izvo. Uniform dzavanopfeka idzi hadzipo pakuabuse kana kuchikidzira munhu, but to serve and protect Zimbabwe.